Hi guys, welcome along. Richie here from the Heresy group. So today I want to talk to you about my TM recoil Scar Heavy, or as I like to call it, the super build. Now, those of you who follow the channel and follow my Instagram, Tim's Instagram, will know Tim has been a massive TM whore for a very long time. Took much convincing to get me away from my AEGs. Those of you who know, I like to run my AEGs super tricked out, like upgraded to the max, to the point, you know, as far as you can get without destroying the rifle, have done for many, many years. So taking this leap into the TM market, the recoil market, was kind of a big step for me. So what I want to do, guys, I just want to run over the internals of this, what's been done to it, and what Marui has done to this, should I say, and then we'll quickly run through how I've set it up to run on a day-to-day skirmish / Milsim. So at the heart of this rifle, we have the Mark 0 MOSFET from Prototype Airsoft, Turnisoft Air. Now, this was installed by Marui Camo Raids. He'd done the full install and done all the settings for me, set it all up. Now, the MOSFET itself, like I say, I gave it to Camo Raids to install. I would suggest you do the same, give it to someone who knows what they're doing, unless you're 1000% sure you know your way around the Mark 0 and a TM recoil gearbox. I don't, that's why I left it to someone who does. Now the settings on the Mark 0, again, I left to Camo Raids, but like I say, it comes with all the good options, you know, pre-cocking, burst mode, battery low voltage sensing, all that stuff. So it really is a fantastic bit of kit, and I know these have been flying on off the shelf. A lot of guys have bought these up. So I just want to say a huge thank you to Jamie Britt and Daniele from Turnisoft Air, who hooked us up with the Mark 0 way back in March at the IWA outdoor show. So thank you for that. So also available from Turnisoft Air and supplied is the spring guides. They do a full range of springs, M90 all the way up, proprietary only to TMs. They do piston heads, some really nice CNC'd anodized parts. They really look the part. And from speaking to guys that know and install these parts, they are really up there with the best of the best. So in this one, I had the spring guide and an M100 spring that's currently kicking out around about 340 FPS. Again, I just wanted to keep it, you know, just below, obviously, the UK legal limit. It's just for any variation, so that I know that I can go to most sites and I'll always be on the right side of the law. Supplied by Marui Camo Raids was the Maple Leaf 60-degree Macron rubber with a concave nub. That gives absolute superior range on this. I mean, I literally had to wind the hop on the most minimal amount, and this thing fires like an absolute laser, dead straight, dead true. So yeah, really, really impressed with the range. And it just goes to show that you don't need ridiculous amounts of FPS. Doesn't always equal range. Another little touch that Camo Raids has done for me is the AOE correction inside the gearbox. Coming back, he's also modified the stock, which means this can now hold a 2600, a 2600 milliamp, 7.4 volt LiPo. So I'll have more than enough juice to, you know, last a whole weekend. Also, that is bog standard on this gun, I haven't touched it out the factory, is the barrel, the TM barrel. And as Tim will also swear by this, the TM barrels are absolutely superb, you know, such superior quality on those. So for me, if it's not broke, don't fix it. So I've left that well alone. Okay guys, let's just move on to some of the exterior features now. Also modified by Camo Raids. I got him to, when he was doing the build, just to move the charging handle onto the right hand side. The reason behind this is because, you know, I didn't want anything on this side interfering with any cables, you know, my thumb. If I'm trying to do a tight grip here, I didn't want any charging handle on my non-dominant side. So, you know, this is free to pressure switch, etc. Again, you can fit this either side. It's nice and easy to change, but for me, I just preferred it that side. Again, sticking with this side of the rifle, dual pressure switch here, one for your PEC box at the top there, and one for your torch on the other side. I have also super glued a small amount of Velcro just in here, just in this recess, so that if for whatever reason I only wish to run a PEC box on its own or a torch on its own, I can put just a single pressure switch, not a dual one, in here, and you can see that's really low profile. You know, that's not going to be, this is sticking out a bit, but I can deal with that, it's not a problem. But if I want to be super low profile, I'll just put it in there. So moving on, the pet box itself, we have, this is an FMA Viz and IR peg box. So you have selectable white light here, you have a green laser and IR. Now, I like to run this during the day just because the green laser itself is very good for pointing out objectives, opt for, you know, hostiles, and also CQB situations. People sometimes come into a CQB situation and don't realise they may be looking through the sight over some hard cover, but the barrel is below. So you'll be hitting the hard cover rather than hitting the target, you know. So this really helps with the height over bore with that visible laser. Obviously, again, IR, those of you that do green eyes, you know, is an absolute must. And this leads on to the torch on the other side. So this is a Surefire Scout here, which we have obviously white light. So you have white, off, and also IR. So you have all spectrums of the light there. So, you know, if there are people on your team that are not running NV or nods or not nods capable, you can just use white light. Or if you want to use IR, that is also, you know, a possibility. It's just good to cover all bases, you know. It's better to have it and not need it. So again, just coming back, this is just a replica foregrip. I prefer this one because it's got a slight angle on it. Just personal preference, but I quite like the feel of that where my hands sit for the pressure switches. Just got that nice slight forward angle. So as we come down the rail here, we have the Razor AMG UH1. Now, in my opinion, this is one of the best red dot sights out in the market today. Not just because it's absolutely feature packed, but of course, Vortex have their lifetime VIP warranty. So I hope you're all sitting down. So obviously, I know this retails for about $599. So it is a $600 or £600 red dot. But if you equate that to how many red dot scopes or sights that you have bought through the years, copy, clone or not, that have been shot out, broken, just stopped working, it doesn't take much and you're into sort of £400. And if you're in £400, an extra two, and you have one for the rest of your life. You never have to worry about that. I will be doing a video on these two optics separately, but that's why I'm just going to skim over these. I'm not going to really go into the details and features too much. So moving back from that, we have the Vortex, the VMX 3T, the 3 times flipped aside. So as you can see here, just a little push button on the back there, push that forward, that slides to the side, comes out the way of your red dot there. But again, when needed, if you need to just reach out for a further distance to as a spotting scope to the side, or you're actually targeting with it, just again, push the button forward, flip that in, and you've got 3 times magnification. Now, there are 2 screws underneath, under here, which basically means if you don't like to flip this to the left, you can just unscrew this, flip the base around, and this will flip off to the right hand side. So it's completely modular, guys. That's a real great thing I liked about that, because I was thinking, you know, if it doesn't go to one side, but you can flip this to the right or to the left. So there we go, guys. That just about finishes my rundown of my Scar Heavy, my TM recoil super build, custom built by America Camo Raids, and parts supplied by Prototype Airsoft Turnisoft there. Now, if you want any more info on this, any questions, any comments, please leave in the box below. Failing that, hit like, hit subscribe, hit the little bell icon so you get more notifications from us. And other than that, guys, thanks for watching.